coverage of the Jamaican Premier League, where Mr. John Stewart and alongside me I have Jay Williams, who will be the commentators for doubleheader slated for tonight. Of course, the first game will be between Spanish Town and Dunbeholden. Then coming up, we have a huge rivalry between Waterhouse and Arnett Gardens, which promises to be a tasty clash given there's not a lot in it really between 10th and 6th place, only 3 points separating those four teams. So of course, all to play for here between the 5th place team and the 9th place team, Waterhouse and Arnett Gardens. But we turn our attention to what promises to be an exciting clash in its own right. Spanish Town, Dunbeholden. Leger, your thoughts?
You're expecting two stellar games here on this Sunday. All four teams, I should say, engrossed in both games with a lot to play for. Of course, as you set up Jamaica's version of the El Clasico when it comes on to Waterhouse versus Arnett Gardens, both teams looking to solidify themselves in the playoff places. Waterhouse, of course, they are more solid at this current moment, but when we turn our attention to Dunbeholden taking on Spanish Town Police, many people would have written them off, but that win against Mount Pleasant, that 1-0 win, would have given them much hope, much fervor coming into this contest. And when you speak about Dunbeholden, they're currently the only team in the Jamaica Premier League on a multiple game win streak. 3 wins on the trot for Dunbeholden. They'll be looking to continue that form and possibly even surge into the top 6 themselves.
Certainly both teams coming into it on some good form, especially Dunbeholden, as you mentioned before, 3 wins in a row. But Spanish Town, I believe, is a team that they have struggled with in recent times. I believe they lost both games this season to Spanish Town Police FC. So what kind of challenge do you believe that will pose for them as we look ahead to the lineups?
Yeah, I think that the challenge will be there because it is a very sticky and close game. But first, let's go on to Spanish Town Police's lineup. Glenroy Samuel, it's his birthday today, turning 36 years of age. Siobhan Walters, Taja Brown, Jaheim McGregor, Jordan Elliston, Andrew Vanzi, Tajay Harris, Alonzo Peart, Carlington Blackwood, Raimi Gale, and Devontae Ricketts. Wooler Wolf, their new head coach. A lot of change in their dugout over the season. Dunbeholden, a lot of change in their dugout as well, but it's Malik Williams, the young man, in goal. Fabian McCarthy, their captain. Ricardo Beckford, Damian Binns, who has been in very good goal scoring nick this season. Atafrai Bygrave, Nevon Turner, Dean Pennycook, Tyrese Winter, Twain Merrick, Clive Wedderburn, and Christopher Matthews, their head coach. Bijan Thomas, his second stint in charge of Dunbeholden. But yeah, I'm expecting a pretty close game. Dunbeholden, they have been grinding out results this season, and if you were to look at their last loss this season, it was a close one against Montego Bay United, a 4-3 loss on that day. But since then, it's 3 wins on the trot. They're in very good nick, very good form, and I'm sure they're looking to carry on that momentum into this contest. Spanish Town Police, of course, as I said before, many people would have seen them as a team that was dead and buried. They brought in a new coach at the time in Bigger Thompson, and it looked as if things were turning around. Then it took a bit of a nosedive once more. They made another change. Now it's a tandem of Woolery Wolf, who they initially brought in to be a player coach. Now he's thrusted into the main limelight. And of course, Jermaine Teddy Johnson still around. So a coaching staff comprised of 2 players who starred in this league in the past. They'll be looking to inspire this team to possibly stay in, and a win today would go a far way in keeping them competitive in that relegation race.
And as we look to some of the players who could perhaps be key figures in this game, could turn the game on its head, I'd think about, of course, on the side of Dunbeholden, players like Shaquem Powell and, of course, their talisman this season, Damian Binns. But also, for Spanish Town Police FC, we see the return of Jordan Elliston, who's not featured a lot over the course of the middle part of the season because of injury. But he's back in their starting lineup today. And, of course, he's their top goal scorer. Talk to me about those key figures.
Yeah, talent spread all across the field, but I think mostly it will be about defensive solidity. So we did mention the attacking players and what they can offer, but I think in these games, for Spanish Town Police, when it comes on to a relegation dogfight, what we would have seen from them, especially against Mount Pleasant, different type of game, but I think they'll be looking for defensive solidity first. And if I know anything about Bijan Thomas, the head coach of Dunbeholden, although he is a coach that loves his attacking football, loves his football to be played in front of his defense, I know he prioritizes defensive solidity as well. So I think it will be a defensive game, but if there is an early goal, rest assured those attacking players that you would have mentioned will surely make an impact in this one.
Certainly. We're awaiting kickoff at this moment. And we're off here, folks. Dunbeholden get it started, but lose the ball right away. Searching for Carlington Blackwood up front there. Scored a couple of weeks ago here, actually, against Waterhouse. Unfortunately, it was a 5-1 defeat, but he'll be hoping to be amongst the goals once more.
Yeah, Spanish Police looking for a quick start. Of course, they would have scored in 27 seconds against Mount Pleasant and held that lead for the rest of the contest, as we see an early collision between Beckford and Glenroy Samuel. Not the way the custodian for Spanish Town Police would have wanted to start this contest. Miscontrolled it, put himself into a lot of issues. And Beckford, of course, contesting for it as he rightfully should. And there was a collision after that ball was played away. Both players needing some treatment early on, only a minute in.
As we get some medical attention, of course, for those two players, it is worth noting, rather, that, as mentioned before, there is another game to play at 6:30. We do have coming up for you here in the Jamaica Premier League channel. We do have another game. Waterhouse, the hosts, will be taking on Arnett Gardens, and that promises to be an excellent clash as well, Ajay, in the battle for that coveted playoff spot.
Yeah, that game always a big one, but especially in this third round, it's going to mean quite a bit. Points so imperative at this stage in the season for teams all across the table. All 14 teams need points desperately, and I think the action that we'll see will be indicative of that desperation that we'll be seeing from the teams.
And play will be getting underway again. Tasha Brown to restart. Walters. Peered out wide, back to Walters. Searching for Tasha Brown. Unfortunately, that will go out of play, however. And then you mentioned before earlier, defensive solidity is perhaps primarily the focus of this Dunbeholden team, who do have some players who can cause problems going forward, but it's their pride and joy really has been their defense this season. And I wonder how much that will be affected by the fact that they do have Malik Williams in goal today, who of course is an able deputy, but he's not started the majority of the games so far this season for them in goal. But Dunbeholden trying to slip in after Fry Bygrave, marksman in his own right, back for a second stint at Dunbeholden.
He experienced so much success in that first stint. Was a key man, star man, as Dunbeholden went all the way to the Jamaica Premier League final a few seasons ago. They're looking to get back to those lofty heights, but first they'll need to get into the playoffs. And here's Damian Binns trying to create a chance for them to get into that attacking mode, but unfortunately for him, it's a wayward one. Has been in such good goal scoring form this season, Damian Binns. Of course, many of them have been penalties, but he won't mind at all. Beckford looking for options now.
On that occasion, trying to find Merrick, unable to, but Dunbeholden get the ball back here through Turner. Gets it out wide. Merrick. Elliston trying to press, unable to, however. And Dunbeholden retain position now And a shot from distance, but never really troubling the goalkeeper from that distance, Christopher Matthews.
Yeah, you say distance, I would say from the car park, just about ahead of the center circle. That effort from Christopher Matthews. He'll be well familiar with these environs as well, Christopher Matthews. Moved to Dunbeholden from Waterhouse after spending some time at Tivoli as well, so well-traveled the young man.
Ball out wide for Taja Brown. Has a chance to cross it. Yes, he does, but does take a deflection off Captain McCarthy, and that will be a corner kick. Chance for Spanish Town Police FC to try get a goal here from this corner. Seems it will be Devontae Ricketts, I believe, to go over and take. Corner comes in, and the goalkeeper, Malik, did go for it there, Malik Williams, but almost made a meal of that on that occasion. The header, thankfully for him, went over the bar, but now they can restart play here with Winter. Trying to get it out wide. I believe he kept it in play, but referee perhaps saw it from a better angle than I did and perhaps made the right decision there. Beckford's judged to have not been able to keep the ball in play, and will be a throw-in to Spanish Town Police FC. Walters, good pass there for the veteran Vanzi. McGregor finds Blackwood, trying to pass it to Elliston on that occasion, but just really needed a subtler touch there, a more subtle pass on that occasion.
Yeah, but a good passage of play there from Spanish Town Police. Already seeing what they're trying to do in this game. Vanzi dictating things at the base of midfield, looking for those passes between the lines as they win a foul through Raimi Gale in their own territory.
Of course, their goal scorer in their last game, that aforementioned 1-0 win against Mount Pleasant. They'll be hoping for perhaps some similar exploits today. Here's Elliston, top scorer this season for Spanish Town. We hope that he can play a part as well in ensuring their safety. 5 points off safety as it stands currently. And doing well, just holding it in the corner. Flag eventually clears, but put out of play for a throw into Spanish Town. Penny Cook on that occasion with that clearance, and on this occasion, good clearance there by Wedderburn. Throw in for Dunbeholden. Finds Wedderburn, but his first touch lets him down, and that will be a throw in to Spanish Town Police FC. A couple of turnovers here in the last few minutes. Either team yet to really settle into the game. But now here's Blackwood. You had Taja Brown on the overlap, not to use him. Gale goes from distance, but that goes wide.
He wasn't too far away from the goal, but the positioning of Malik Williams made it a pretty comfortable one for him to watch. As they start short once more, Dunbeholden looking to build up from the back.
Finds Wedderburn. Loses possession to Jai McGregor. Gets it out wide to Ricketts. Trying to find Elliston. Ricketts having to drop a bit deeper than we're used to seeing him, of course, with the reintegration, I guess, of Elliston back into the lineup. Less responsibility to venture forward, I suppose. Wedderburn escapes a couple of defenders there and thought he had won a foul. But referee says play on. Gale out wide now to Peart. Back to Gale, gets it out wide against once more to Peart. And pass there, not accurate, and that will go out of play. And it's intercepted by McGregor. Poor touch, however, by Blackwood, and McCarthy wins the ball back for Dunbeholden. Beckford. Matthews. Oh no. He eventually got away from Gale there, perhaps unintentionally. But nevertheless, Dunbeholden still retain possession. And McCarthy finally opts to clear downfield. And that's headed away. And now it's Elliston. Judged not to have been fouled there on that occasion, following that shove in the back. And Dunbeholden were about to perhaps spring a counter-attack, unable to, and calmly done there by Shovin Walters at the back to skip away from Bygrave. Ricketts, despite the shouts of man on, unable to retain possession, but Spanish Town Police FC quickly win it back. Gale trying to find McGregor, but the pass goes awry. And now on the counter, here's Beckford, intercepted by Vanzi. Gale out wide to Peart. Can he keep it in play? Yes, he does. No, he can't. And that will go the other way. Just a reminder for those of you who may have missed it, if you're able to see the table standings, yes, that is correct. There are 3 points currently separating 6th to 10th. And Dunbeholden, ooh, lovely bit of skill there by Jaheim McGregor to get past his man. Cuts inside. Once more goes inside. And couldn't find a teammate. Loses the ball, but now here's Vanzi. Ricketts spins away from Bygrave. Well, not Bygrave. My bad. But Bygrave does make a pass eventually out wide. And now is Wedderburn trying to take on Taja Brown. Passes inside. Finds turn on a shot from distance, but safely into the arms of Glenroy Samuel.
Yeah, both teams showing a lot of attacking impetus to start things in two different ways. Spanish Town Police looking to possess the ball, and they've done so well once more here. The pass over to Eccleston.
Perhaps a bit of revenge there on that occasion for what Jaheim McGregor just did earlier. But lovely bit of skill nonetheless, and Dunbeholden just content with retaining possession at the moment. And the skipper opts to go long, but that's intercepted quite easily. Unable to find anyone. Tajay Harris done well on that occasion, but now here's Gale. Spins, couldn't find a teammate, and almost lost the ball due to that fact. And following that being played off the head there of Merrick, goes back to Glenroy Samuel, but Merrick's still down on at the moment.
Yeah. Spanish Town Police sometimes dilly-dallying in possession just a bit too much. They have been relatively solid in what they've been trying to accomplish, how they want to get into the final third. They have been patient. They have shown some skill, as we just saw from Jaheim McGregor there, but sometimes, especially at the back, taking a bit too many touches. It's really played into the hands of Dunbeholden on a couple of occasions, but they haven't been able to take advantage. And Dunbeholden, they're looking to just get from back to front as quickly as possible, more so playing on the transition than Spanish Town Police. So it's leading to what I would think is a pretty intriguing clash of styles in this contest so far.
It seems Malik Williams himself is down at the moment. And as was mentioned before, only 3 points separate 6th to 10th, and Dunbeholden firmly in that race for that coveted top 6 spot. As place in the playoffs on the line, they're currently 8th, and I have to say, not many would have expected them to be in this position, but they've defended well thus far. And of course, many of their wins have been down to that man you mentioned before, Damien Binns, despite the fact that he's predominantly playing obviously in the center of the park, central defensive midfield. Mostly he's been valuable going forward, of course, mainly from set pieces, but nonetheless they're grateful for his goals, and thankfully they have another man who knows what it means to score in this league up front today in Bygrave. But now here's Wedderburn, who has 4 goals on the season himself, trying to supply that pass to his teammate, and he does find Beckford, who goes down. Bygrave had a shot, goes over the bar, but it seems that Beckford's still down.
Yeah, really good opportunity that one for Dunbeholden. Some miscommunication at the back for Spanish Town Police. Lost his marker. Beckford trying to steal in. It looks as if he was impeded a bit by Glenroy Samuel and Bygrave with the eventual effort just about overcooking it. And once more, Spanish Town Police living dangerously because that chance came from them giving up possession far too easily.
And of course, that has been a common theme for them this season. They have let in the most goals in the league thus far. But they spoke earlier, just a couple of days ago after their win against Mount Pleasant, about how perhaps that may be down to their, I guess, lack of real home fixtures in air quotes, in terms of not being able to play at their usual stadium. As we see a foul there on Wedderburn by Peart. Spanish Town, however, will be hoping that they can at least improve that defensive solidity.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a wild attempt at the duel by Alonzo Peart. His studs were up, did make contact pretty high on the shin of Wedderburn there. He will only get a talking to, however. I think pretty lucky for him. We have seen cards given in those instances. And Wedderburn is back up and he seems as if he will be okay to continue. So it's ended well for both players. There will be a free kick which Winter will take for Dunbeholden down this right-hand side.
Winter to take. Decent delivery and headed toward his own goal. That will go out for a corner kick there following that header by Siobhan Walters. It seems Wedderburn will go over to take. And you spoke about earlier Dunbeholden potentially getting back into the playoffs. What Harbourview, who beat them in that final that you spoke about, what they would give to get back into the playoffs as well. Corner coming in, however, and headed away. And seems Ricketts was clipped there, and he does win a foul. Much to the dismay of fans, but I guess from our vantage point, I think we can both agree that that most definitely was a foul. Harris, back to Vanzi, who has proved his worth as well this season, being able to play in a number of positions following his move from there. Gale trying to find Blackwood. Beckford goes for the nutmeg, gets it back to Winter, and a lovely turn there. And Dunbeholden coming forward now on the attack, and a lovely ball out wide by Beckford. And Binns is brought down there by Jordan Elliston, who shows a good display of sportsmanship there, just making sure that Binns is okay. And he's arguing with the referee, who spares him on this occasion.
Yeah, another lucky Spanish Town Police player in terms of not picking up a card. Was a pretty blatant tactical foul there by Elliston. And Binns not making too much of it. He's dusted himself off and preparing to take this set piece himself.
Binns seems ready to take the free kick now. Coming in, and Vanzi gets to it first, clears. Elliston heads it towards Ricketts. Header won there on that occasion by Turner. And now here's McCarthy. Wins the ball ahead of Blackwood. Matthews out wide now to Winter. He has a couple of teammates to try and find, but Gale does well there with the little skill move, the La Coqueta, but seems he committed a foul in the process. McCarthy to Pennycook, gets it out wide, well, attempted to find Wedderburn, unable to, and Taja Brown will go across to take this throw in. Walters, lovely turn away from Bygrave. Venturing forward and looks quite comfortable on the ball. Lovely bit of skill from Jai McGregor. One of the perhaps most exciting players to watch in the league at the moment, or this season really, full of flair. And I spoke to him earlier in the season after he scored that winner against Arnett Gardens, and I'm telling you, Leger, if he ever develops the sort of killer instinct in front of goal that we've seen from other wide players this season, he could potentially be one of the better players in the league. But now it's Blackwood trying to get a step on Matthews. Almost lost him. McCarthy finds Beckford, gets away from McGregor. McCarthy again. And Turner back to Matthews. Winter, bit of a heavy touch, but still retains position. Now it's Turner again. Crossfield pass, looking for Wedderburn, who's unable to keep it in play. A number of those crossfield switches not really working at the moment for Dunbeholden.
Yeah, I think they need to be a little bit more brave when playing out from the back. Too often we've seen them play into pressure after escaping it. That's been an issue for them so far. We saw that with Turner during that build-up process before he had launched that one sideways for Spanish Town Police. I think moving the ball a bit too slow, as well as not having, surprisingly, a presence in the middle of the park as this one is played over, but Glenroy Samuel does well to claim. So very small tactical issues for both teams, but I think if either of those issues are addressed in short order, both teams could see a lot of success on the attacking front.
McCarthy. Matthews. Asking for support from the midfielders. Not getting any ups to go long, trying to find Bygrave, who's cut a very frustrated figure thus far in the opening 22 minutes or so in this game. Elliston electing not to take on McCarthy there. Perhaps a wise decision, but he's given away the ball. And now Dunbeholden can attempt once more to get something going in terms of their build-up play. Out wide once more with Winter. To Turner, who did a back heel but lost position to Ryan Miguel. Oh, lovely bit of skill once more from John McGregor. Cross coming in. And McCarthy still dribbling with it in his own half, in his own box. Not sure why, but eventually they do make the pass. Now here's Beckford. Gets past Ricketts. And he does, on this occasion, make the pass and goes over to Wedderburn successfully this time. And he has the chance to take on Taja Brown. Loses out there. Wonderful defending. Had him 1v1 and could not get past the brick wall that was Taja Brown. Here's Peart. Gale smartly gets that off quickly to Vanzi and gets the return pass, and now into the path of Taja Brown, who's venturing forward and tried to cut past with a burn, but I believe he wins a corner kick here. And Spanish Town Police FC coming forward.
Yeah, more good passages of play from Spanish Town Police. Doing a really good job of finding players between the lines and then finding some good combinations to eventually get the ball forward. And when it comes off, it does look pretty slick. But they need to find a way to create chances from these passages of play, and this could be a big opportunity for them with this corner kick. It will be an in-swinger.
Corner comes in here towards the back post. Vanzi with the header, and he scored. It may have taken a touch off a Dunbeholden player, but Spanish Town Police FC, there you have it, have opened the scoring here.
And that's a goal they needed. Just said that they could possibly create a big goal scoring opportunity. And the veteran Vanzi celebrates with Glenroy Samuel, the captain. It is his birthday after all, and that goal will mean a whole lot to him. Very, very good corner kick routine. You can see a bunch of players at the near post. And Vanzi, not only known for his set-piece prowess with delivery, but also with the head as well, stealing in at that back post, arrowing that one on target, and Dunbeholden unable to clear that one off the line. It was on target, so it looks as if it will go to Andrew Vanzi. But Spanish Town Police, they won't care who it is attributed to. They'll just know that they're 1-0 up in this game. And that's a massive lead for them in this relegation race.
I have to say, Jay, on seeing that again, part of that blame does go to their talisman, Dunbeholden, Damien Binns. He had him and then eventually lost him. Of course, part of that is just really down to communication. Should have had someone to take the player that he eventually went to, but just a matter of defending the set piece pretty poorly there, and Damien Binns will not want to see that back again. But they have an opportunity to make it right once more. Dunbeholden still have plenty of time in this game.
And it must be said, I would say that Spanish Town Police have been the better team in this game so far. At the very least, in possession, Dunbeholden, they have had their chances, but many of those have come from Spanish Town Police mistakes in their build-up. But they've attacked with much more purpose and composure. Composure that you wouldn't normally associate with a team that's rooted at the bottom of the table. And I think you're a bit harsh, actually, John, in terms of Damien Binns being responsible, because in the end he was left with 2 players to mark at that back post, had to make a decision and went for the player that was...
Gets to pass off in time to Binns and loses possession there. Taja Brown to Vanzi. Got past one, looking for a foul, none coming. And McCarthy turns away from Blackwood. Calmly invades him, and he's just looking at the moment to find some space. And now is Wedderburn, who loses possession quite cheaply. Now is Gale. Lovely turn away from pressure, but beautiful interception there by I almost said Dwight Merrick. Twain Merrick. And now they still have possession now with Dean Pennycook. Trying to find Binns out wide, and I was about to say Beckford picked up the pieces, but he's lost the ball as well. Turner gets it out wide to Merrick. Lost possession to Vanzi. Now is McGregor, who's switched wings, but he's lost possession there. Pennycook gets it to Binns. Now wide now with Beckford. Whips across in, and that takes a deflection out for a corner kick.
Yeah, maybe Dunbeholden can find a way to reply via set piece as well. It will be an outswinger coming in from the man they call Toots Beckford. He'll actually be leaving it for Wedderburn to be an in-swinger, as a matter of fact.
Almost half an hour gone so far in this game. And as you mentioned, it has been a pretty good game in terms of build-up play, but they want to create some chances. They've had opportunity here, and that's headed away by Taja Brown. Quite a number of those set pieces going quite centrally, trying to perhaps put the goalkeeper in a position where he has to make a decision. And Taja Brown thankfully was on hand to head that away. Cross coming in again once more, and at the back post, just as Vanzi was moments ago, is Merrick, but unlike Vanzi, he's unable to make his opponents pay.
Yeah, really good delivery, mixing them up as well. First to the near, then to the back post. Binns serving as a decoy, and Merrick at least, I think, should have had that attempt on target. Spanish Town Police, unfortunate, or fortunate I should say, that their goal wasn't troubled on that occasion.
Merrick loses position there. Lovely subtle touch by Blackwood. And now here's Gale. Vanzi back to Gale. Loses possession to Merrick. And Vanzi gets it back. Gale 1-2. Love those little dribbles around defenders. Sometimes it gets him into trouble, but well done on that occasion. Glenroy Samuels booting that clear. And Christopher Matthews answers. Gets it to Jaheim McGregor now, who's spun away from Wedderburn, and he's slipped in a lovely pass to Blackwood. And it seems that in the process there that he may have left something on Wedderburn, perhaps an elbow, but the referee didn't see. Nevertheless, a wonderful pass on that occasion there by McGregor.
Yeah, always seems out to find a way to impact the games positively, McGregor. Another good show of that there.
Corner to be taken here by Ricketts. Coming in now once more towards the back post and headed on by Siobhan Walters, I believe, but unable to direct it goalward.
And I think Malik Williams was a bit rooted to his line there. It didn't seem as if he was blocked off, but so many bodies in that 6-yard area. But fortunately for him and unfortunately for Spanish Town Police, Siobhan Walters unable to direct that one on target. But here comes Dunbeholden now.
Wedderburn has the chance to take on Tajay Harris. Turns. Finds Merrick in field. Tries to play that out wide to Beckford, but pass wasn't on target. Now it's Gale. Says, let me show you how it's done, young man. Gets it out wide to Jordan Elliston. Skips past his man. Well, I was about to say he did skip past, but lost the ball eventually. Well done. Good defending there by Pennycook on that occasion.
Yeah, one of the hardest centre-backs in the Jamaica Premier League to beat 1v1, not only because of his pace, but his ability in 1v1 duels, how anticipatory he is.
And good defensive work there by Ricketts, trying to win the ball off of Turner. Off of Winter, I believe, but Turner eventually lost the ball. And now here's Vanzi. Loses the ball, but he's won a foul. Merrick, plenty of fire. Very combative in his performance thus far, but I have to say his distribution hasn't been first rate thus far, the young man.
Yeah, and has had arguably, or at least one of the bigger chances for Dunbeholden. Another excellent switch of play, this time to McGregor. Can he keep it in? Yes, he does. 1v1 versus Bins.
Oh, gets rid of him easily and unable to keep it in play. But again, once more, pretty much a summation in my estimate of, I guess, where he is at this moment in time in terms of his game. Beautiful skill on the ball, but just the decision making in the final third still not quite there yet in terms of consistency from McGregor.
And what impresses me the most about how impressive he is in the dribble is the fact that he can do it from both sides, can take defenders both inside and outside on both the left and the right wing. Very, very difficult skill to accomplish even at the highest level. So I always say that the main role of a winger is to consistently give your fullback trouble. And whether it's Bins, whether it's Winter on the other side, they don't know which way he's going to go when he's approaching them, and that's always going to put them in a world of trouble and create tension in their mind when they're going to approach a duel. So he's doing his job excellently. Of course, he would love just a little bit more end product, but he's certainly providing well above his worth for a team rooted to the bottom of the table, and they'll be doing well if he's in this nick for the rest of the season.
quick throw in, trying to find Beckford, and he's trying to get past Siobhan Walters, but towering figure able to win concede a corner kick, but good defending nonetheless. And Beckford will be the one taking it, it seems, for Dunbeholden. Comes in and that's cleared by McGregor. The clearance is only as far as Fabian McCarthy, however, who gets that out well. Tried to play it out wide for Merrick, but that's gone out of play. Will be a throw into Spanish Town Police FC.
Yeah, that corner kick defended well by the team in blue. This game did have a 4 p.m. kickoff. There were a few games, 3 games, that had a 3:30 kickoff as Wedderburn is fouled in a promising area, I might add. But just a quick update on those scores. Chapelton Maroons leading Harbourview at the compound by a 1-0, and Nathaniel Howe 1-0. Treasure Beach leading Tivoli Gardens by 2-1 through goals from Titus and Campbell. Justin Dunn got the goal for Tivoli. And Montego Bay United leading Portmore at Ferdinita Park, courtesy of an 8th minute Kimarni Arboin strike. So goals all across the league. Cavalier and Mount Pleasant and Molines, I beg your pardon, currently locked 0-0, 33 minutes into their contest. And of course Spanish Town Police in this game leading Dunbeholden by a 0-0. A deficit that Dunbeholden are trying to equal at current through this free kick. Will it be Wedderburn? Will it be Nevon Turner?
It seems still perhaps deciding as to what they'll do in terms of the wall. And Jaheim McGregor just instructing Blackwood to stay in front of him. And the free kick will be taken by Wedderburn, it seems. He goes for it from goal! And a very good save there. Had to get to it, Glenroy Samuel. Good attempt.
Yeah, comfortable in the end for Samuel. Good height for him to save and was seeing it all the way. But couldn't avoid the corner, which Wedderburn himself will take as well.
Corner comes in and headed on! And for a second there, I thought that was heading into the far corner. But it will be another corner to Dunbeholden, piling on the pressure here.
Yeah, both teams struggling to deal with set pieces, especially corner kicks in this game. A very good delivery from Wedderburn. And it will be another one from Beckford here. But cleared away 2 Spanish Town Police players at that near post. Here's the chance once more from the earlier set piece. A lot of miscommunication in that 6-yard box, and it was Bygrave that missed his header. But now time for a 3rd consecutive corner kick. This time it's repelled.
And one more coming in from Turn, I believe. Headed away by Vanzi. Ricketts clears, but McCarthy gets it back. But now here's Gale. Looks out wide and trying to find McGregor, but a bit too much on it for him. Binns plays it back to McCarthy. Finds Merrick in the middle of the park. And looks out wide, and he finds Beckford on the far side, who's got acres of space. Can go 1v1 now with Peart. Goes inside, cuts outside. 1v1, and it's saved by the birthday boy in goal. Good stop there by the custodian, but how about that save?
I'll get there in just 1 second as Spanish Town Police try to forge an attack now of their own.
Ricketts, well, Blackwood plays it back to Gale, to Blackwood. Leaves it for Ricketts. And opts to pass it back to Blackwood, who almost lost possession. And now it's Peart. To Ricketts, to Gale. Spanish Town Police FC. Ooh.
They want a little bit too much there, I would say, Ryan Miguel. But here's a chance for Beckford. Worked all on his own. Excellent work to beat Alonzo Peart. But Glenroy Samuels was attentive, alert, and made himself big early. It was always going to be difficult to finish from that angle, especially as a heavily left-footed player in Beckford. But he might have another chance here to take on his fullback.
Beckford cross this time, and it's headed in by Turner. And we're locked here. We're level here at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium. It's 1-1 between Dunbeholden and Spanish Town.
And that's just excellent winger play by Beckford. A couple of minutes ago, took on his man. And because of that fear that he instilled in him in that last duel, this time Alonzo Peart gave him too much respect, allowed him too much space, and he used that space to pick out an inch-perfect cross for the arriving Nevon Turner. Excellent work from Beckford. And Nevon Turner box crashing to expert effect. And here's a chance earlier. Beckford beat him all ends up when he got too tight. And shortly after, he gave him too much respect, giving him too much space. Look at Alonzo Peart in this duel. The duel right before he engaged quickly. This time he gave him space. And Beckford used that space to devastating effect. It's 1-1 in this game. And we did say that it would be an exciting one, a tight one. It's certainly proving to be the case.
I tell you what, Leger, I'm going to have to eat my words, because as we see Dunbeholden coming forward, I mentioned Twain Merrick's distribution earlier in the game as the ball plays with a burn. Played across the face of goal there. No one there to tap it home, but dangerous, dangerous play. Now as Bygrave turns. Out wide, once more to Merrick. Finds Wedderburn. Merrick, shot saved quite easily, but back to Merrick. Mentioned his distribution hadn't been amazing earlier in the game, but it's been key to the attacks being started by Dunbeholden at the moment, especially on that goal that you just mentioned. A lot of love will surely, of course, go out to Beckford, who's been sensational thus far, but Merrick's passing has been, over the last couple of minutes, in terms of switching the play, it has been superb as well. But now here's Dunbeholden looking once more to perhaps get another attack and get another goal before the end of the half. Of course, did mention there's a sense of urgency for both teams. Perhaps on the opposite ends of the spectrum, Dunbeholden firmly in that race for the playoff spot, while Spanish Town Police FC battling relegation. But they've lost the ball here, and he goes for goal, perhaps selfishly. He had Beckford, he had Bygrave. Opted not to use both.
Yeah, you say perhaps selfish. It was very selfish in the end. Can't necessarily blame him, although it was a tight angle. His eyes certainly lit up. Not quite sure he could have worked enough space quickly enough to get the pass off, but a pass certainly was a better option. And Dunbeholden, since equalizing, looking to pile on the pressure and possibly take the lead before the first half interval.
Brown finds Blackwood, who's held up, and he thought he had kept the ball in play, but he doesn't, and it will be a throw-in the other way to Dunbeholden. Spanish Town Police FC at the moment not able to enjoy those prolonged periods of possession, I should say, that they were getting earlier in the half. They've been getting pressed relentlessly ever since then, and as a consequence, Dunbeholden really are in the ascension.
Yeah, offside against Elliston there, but you can see the change that Dunbeholden has made in terms of consistently switching their wingers around. Nevon Turner acting as that box-crashing figure, and Spanish Town Police have responded as well. Tajay Brown, who was operating at right back, has been switched over to left back. I think immediately Wooler Wolf has identified that Beckford has a better of Alonzo Peart and has made that tactical shift before things get even worse. Because Spanish Town Police are under a lot of pressure going into this halftime break.
Blackwood gets it out wide, trying to find Ricketts, but that's cleared on that occasion by Winter. Now here's Taja Brown. Perhaps looking for an early cross, does go for it, trying to find Blackwood. Elliston got ahead to it, but unable to direct it goalward. And it seems actually he's won a corner kick here. Thought that touched the head of Elliston, seems I was wrong. And the corner will be taken by, well, be left by Jai McGregor for Ricketts to come and take. And as you can hear there by the stadium announcer, 3 minutes have been added on to the end of this half. 3 minutes for either team to try to go in front before the break. Corner comes in here, and Malik Williams once more tried to get to it and failed, but Vanzi, I believe, got a touch afterwards, but couldn't direct it goalward, and I will go out for a throw-in to Dunbeholden. And that's taken a touch off of Taja Brown, but somehow, perhaps the referee didn't see it, and we'll go to Spanish Town, the throw-in there. Vanzi, back to Tajay Harris, who skips past Bygrave, or turns past Bygrave, I should say, and switches the play to Alonzo Peart, who almost loses the ball there to Wedderburn. Has a throw in here. And perhaps his confidence is just shaken a bit at the moment. And the throw in wasn't of the most excellent quality either. And Binns gets past him. But play goes the other way. A bit of afters there between Tajay Harris and Damian Binns. We'll have to be careful. Peart takes the throw in. Binns clears. And yet another throw in for Spanish Town Police FC. Gale skips past two, and now it's Vanzi looking downfield, unable to find Blackwood. That's headed away by the defense there of Dunbeholden. Once more, Penny Cook doing his job in extremely commendable fashion. And Gale there returning from an offside position, couldn't get onto it, and of course that will go all the way through to for a goal kick. Less than a minute remaining in this half, and as draws to a close, it's been everything we hoped for and more thus far in this game, Leger, I have to say. But so more, there's yet more to come. He's gone past the goalkeeper and he scored. A poor defensive error, and the man I spoke about earlier has delivered. Jai McGregor.
Yeah, very, very well worked goal once he received the ball. But Dunbeholden shooting themselves in the foot with essentially their last bit of action in this first half. Trying to play out from the back, it's Penny Cook. I said he's good in duels, but his ball playing left a little bit to be desired there. And McGregor showed excellent composure once he received it. Beat one man, then beat Malik Williams in goal. And slot home that one expertly. Spanish Town Police, who were tapering off, I might say, in terms of their impact in this first half. I think they were even just reaching out and saying that it would be good if they could get into the break. Even in this game, they've been handed a gift which McGregor took with open arms. And just like that, Spanish Town Police back in the lead. And Dunbeholden, their team talk will be considerably different after this break.
Taja Brown, lovely pass to McGregor. He has Elliston, skips past the defenders, skips past Christopher Matthews. Still going, McGregor gets past his man to Blackwood, and the shot is deflected, and it goes into the grateful arms of Malik Williams. And that's the last action of the half, folks. But what a half it's been. Spanish Town Police FC despite being second best for much of the second part of the second half, find themselves in a 2-1 lead here over Dunbeholden. Goals coming courtesy of Jaheim McGregor, Vaughn Turner, and I believe I'd have to go back and check, but nonetheless, it's been an amazing game thus far. There you can see the last goal there. Wonderful effort by McGregor to capitalize on the mistake. And a dance to boot. We'll be back after the break. This has been John Stewart and Leger Williams. Ladies and gentlemen.
No matter with the bad vibes.
Poor we're my celebration time.
I feel we culture. Make we show ya Jamaican culture.
And if you overprove from we just a do it to the culture.
A CB chicken, a better way. Introducing air chill chicken. It have more flavor, you don't know what you're missing. It tastes better, full of flavor in the kitchen. Better value, better taste, better chicken. CB chicken, tastes way better. Air chilled chicken, taste way better. Better value, better taste, better chicken. No antibiotic and hormone free. Have you tasted the new air chilled chicken? Or my chicken nut? CB chicken, it tastes way better.
I save from VM Building Society. Every deposit got me here. Every step forward put me in the driver's seat.
For everything you're looking forward to, open an iSave account today. Visit gotomyvm.com to get started.
Every $25,000 you save with iSave earns an entry to win cash or a new home of your own. The more you save, the more entries you get, and every entry has a chance to win a brand new home of your own. VM iSave is the key to winning.
Here's to the early risers, and we are here all-nighters, the go the extra milers, and let's do it until it works, workers. People who are powerful, because they power through, day after day, challenge after challenge. You see, true power is not something you can buy or collect. It's something that starts on the inside, and you always know it when you see it. Sunshine Snacks Peanuts, proud supporters of the powerful.
Ray and Never, feel we culture. Yo!
New beginning, we winning, so share our spirit where you living, yeah.
Share it!
I make we all a one par, you don't know we come from far.
From far, anytime we rep, feel we country. Rear rum, it have to come with we.
No matter with the bad vibes.
Poor rear rum, a celebration time.
I feel we culture. Make we show ya Jamaican culture.
And if you overprove from we just a do it to the culture.
A CB chicken, a better way. Introducing air chill chicken. It have more flavor, you don't know what you're missing. It tastes better, full of flavor in the kitchen. Better value, better taste, better chicken. CB chicken, tastes way better. Air chilled chicken, taste way better. Better value, better taste, better chicken. No antibiotic and hormone free. Have you tasted the new air chilled chicken? Or my chicken nut? CB chicken, it tastes way better.
I save from VM Building Society. Every deposit got me here. Every step forward put me in the driver's seat.
For everything you're looking forward. Open an iSave account today. Visit gotomyvm.com to get started.
Every $25,000 you save with iSave earns an entry to win cash or a new home of your own. The more you save, the more entries you get, and every entry has a chance to win a brand new home of your own. VM iSave is the key to winning.
Here's to the early risers, and we are here all-nighters, the go the extra milers, and let's do it until it works, workers. People who are powerful, because they powered through. Day after day, challenge after challenge. You see, true power is not something you can buy or collect. It's something that starts on the inside, and you always know it when you see it. Sunshine Snacks Peanuts, proud supporters of the powerful.
Ray and Never, feel we culture. Yo!
New beginning, we winning, so share our spirit where you're living, yeah.
Share it.
I make we all a one par, you don't know we come from far.
From far, anytime we rep, feel we country. Rear rum, it have to come with we.
No matter with the bad vibes.
Poor rear rum, a celebration time.
I feel we culture. Make we show ya Jamaican culture.
Ray and Never, overproof from we just a do it to we culture.
A CB chicken, a better way. Introducing air chill chicken. It have more flavor, you don't know what you're missing. It tastes better, full of flavor in the kitchen. Better value, better taste, better chicken. CB chicken, tastes way better. Air chilled chicken, taste way better. Better value, better taste, better chicken. No antibiotic and hormone free. Have you tasted the new air chilled chicken? Or my chicken nut? CB chicken, it tastes way better.
I save from VM Building Society. Every deposit got me here. Every step forward put me in the driver's seat.
For everything you're looking forward to, open an iSave account today. Visit gotomyvm.com to get started.
Every $25,000 you save with iSave earns an entry to win cash or a new home of your own. The more you save, the more entries you get, and every entry has a chance to win a brand new home of your own. VM iSave is the key to winning.
Here's to the early risers, and we are here all-nighters, the go the extra milers, and let's do it until it works, workers. People who are powerful, because they powered through. Day after day, challenge after challenge. You see, true power is not something you can buy or collect. It's something that starts on the inside, and you always know it when you see it. Sunshine Snacks Peanuts, proud supporters of the powerful.
Ray and Never, feel we culture. Yo!
New beginning, we winning, so share our spirit where you're living, yeah.
Share it.
I make we all a one par, you don't know we come from far.
From far, anytime we rep, feel we country. Rear rum, it have to come with we.
No matter with the bad vibes.
Poor rear rum, a celebration time.
I feel we culture. Make we show ya Jamaican culture.
Ray and Never, overproof from we just a do it to we culture.
A CB chicken, a better way. Introducing air chill chicken. It have more flavor, you don't know what you're missing. It tastes better, full of flavor in the kitchen. Better value, better taste, better chicken. CB chicken, tastes way better. Air chilled chicken, taste way better. Better value, better taste, better chicken. No antibiotic and hormone free. Have you tasted the new air chilled chicken? Or my chicken nut? CB chicken, it tastes way better.
I save. Every deposit got me here. Every step forward put me in the driver's seat.
For everything you're looking forward to, open an iSave account today. Visit gotomyvm.com to get started.
Every $25,000 you save with iSave earns an entry to win cash or a new home of your own. The more you save, the more entries you get, and every entry has a chance to win a brand new home of your own. VM iSave is the key to winning.
Here's to the early risers, and we are here all-nighters, the go the extra milers, and let's do it until it works, workers. People who are powerful, because they power through, day after day, challenge after challenge. You see, true power is not something you can buy or collect. It's something that starts on the inside, and you always know it when you see it. Sunshine Snacks Peanuts, proud supporters of the powerful.
Ray and Never, feel we culture. Yo!
New beginning, we winning, so share our spirit where you living, yeah.
Share it!
I make we all a one bar, you don't know we come from far.
From far, anytime we rep, feel we country. Rear rum, it have to come with me.
No matter with the bad vibes.
Poor rear rum, a celebration time.
I feel we culture. Make we show ya Jamaican culture.
Ray and Never, overproof from we just a do it to we culture.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have you this fine Sunday afternoon. Second half coming up for you between Spanish Town Police FC and Dunbeholden. And we're on the way. Leger, what did you make of the first half that we just saw?
Yeah, I think it was entertaining. I think there was some good quality football on show as well by both teams. But both teams were making mistakes in possession, and I think that led to opportunities, especially Spanish Town Police. But ironically, it was actually a mistake by Dunbeholden right at the end of that first half, which led to that go-ahead goal for Spanish Town Police and McGregor, who's now operating on the right-hand side. So let's see how he can impact this game in the second half. But I think for both teams, it's just trying to be much more secure in possession. And we're already seeing the opposite of that here as Spanish Town Police won that one through Alonzo Peart, who was unable to keep possession. He does the same again once more, and possession goes once more back to Dunbeholden. And here comes America. That's an excellent pass.
Now he's with a burn. Can he get the cross in? Wins a corner here. Good defending by Tajay Harris on that occasion. And you mentioned Peart. Didn't have the greatest of first halves. Got burned by Beckford for that second goal. Well, for the Dunbeholden's goal rather. But his team's in the lead, so I think they'll just be telling him to just dust himself off for this half. But he has a corner here to defend. And we've already seen Spanish Town score from a corner, courtesy of Andrew Vanzi. Can they get one as well to level the scores? Corner comes in. Cleared at the near post by Carlington Blackwood. And, ooh, he's lost it to Jordan Elliston in a pretty awful position to lose the ball. But good defending at the end there by Winter to make up for the initial mistake.
Yeah, left numbers back Dunbeholden. It was always going to be difficult for Elliston to beat three players and the goalkeeper. But he has won his team a throw-in in a pretty good area as Spanish Town Police try to forge an attack. It seems as if it will be dealt with. It wasn't by Penny Cook or Malik Williams. Ellison actually came through with a header, but it will only be a goal kick heading the way of Dunbeholden.
And I've noticed now on a number of those occasions where either they have a counter-attack or just a 1v1 situation where even if there's space behind the defender, Elliston just hasn't quite been able to get past those defenders. And I think that's either he's still not fully fit, or it could just be a case where he's one of those players who's quick in tight spaces but necessarily doesn't have the breakaway speed or top-end speed. But nevertheless, whatever the case is, it's kind of limited Spanish Town's counter-attacking ability at times. But Dunbeholden now, as they try to get back into this game, have the ball with Damien Binns, who tries to find their goal scorer there, Yvonne Turner, but they win a throw-in. Binns gets past Gale, plays it to Beckford, looking for the return pass, perhaps got on the hand of Peart. Referee didn't see it, and that will be a throw-in to Dunbeholden. They wanted the free kick, but they get a throw-in instead. Pennycook to Christopher Matthews, who was unable to prevent Jay McGregor's goal right before the half to put Spanish Town Police FC in front. Wonderful effort there following Pennycook's mistake. It could prove costly, but still plenty of time to go. And Elliston almost won the ball back there from Binns. Pennycook looking long for McCarthy, but now here's Beckford following that clearance by Harris. Trying to get a cross in here, and that's deflected wide off of Alonso Peart. It will be a corner kick to Dunbeholden.
Yeah, really racking up those corner kicks now are Dunbeholden. Some of them have been quite good, the deliveries, some not so much. Wedderburn, his deliveries have been quite consistent. He'll be looking to try and produce one of those.
Wedderburn just adjusting the corner flag before taking the set piece. Does have Beckford available for the short corner, but something tells me he's perhaps not going to go for that option. Not a lot of numbers in the box, however, but he goes for the corner, nevertheless headed away by Blackwood, and now it's Turner, goes for the volley, perhaps a bit too much time to take it.
Yeah, I think he was just waiting for that one to sit for him, waiting for it to drop, and that extra time that he took allowed him to be closed down and not able to get that connection that he would have wanted.
And you're back on the attack here now with Turner. Gets it out wide to Beckford, who's been really good in this game thus far. Trying to get past Peart once more, but Tajay Harris is on hand on this occasion to clear it for Spanish Town Police FC, and that will be another throw-in to Dunbeholden. And again, once more, have to say, as this cross comes in, apologies to those fans watching at home who may have heard the obscenities from the fans in the venue. Nevertheless, par for the course in terms of Jamaican viewing experience at a match. Malik Williams. Pennycook out wide to Binns. Now here's Beckford. Turns and goes through the legs. And Alonso Peart, wonderful sliding tackle, but lost the ball eventually by Grave. And it seems Peart's still down, and plays stopped to get him some medical attention. He went down immediately, clutching that right knee is Peart, and as Peart goes down, we see two substitutions will be made. Seems Tajay Cummins will be coming on, and also Chavoy Watkin will also be coming on for Dunbeholden.
Number 8, McCarthy, is replaced by number 9, Marlon Allen.
So two substitutions being made for both teams, and it seems the goal scorer, Yvonne Turner, got Dunbeholden's lone goal in the game. That header courtesy of that Beckford cross, but he's substituted. Dunbeholden, of course, bringing on Allen just because they're searching for some goals at the moment. Peart seems to be
Andrew
still in some distress on the sideline.
will be replaced.
Elliston coming off. It's been a while since he has had a prolonged run in the team in terms of starting games.
By number
Perhaps still not up to full fitness, as I mentioned before. Hasn't really been able to get away from the defenders. And I don't know if he was ever really a pacey player to begin with, but it's really significantly hampered his ability to get away from defenders. And as a result, he's been summoned to the bench. And seems Alvinus Myers has also made his way onto the pitch for Spanish Town Police. Mainstay at the back for Spanish Town. Went unable to keep that one in play, but now here's Blackwood, who is judged to be offside. Just a reminder, folks, for those of you who may not be aware, at 6:30, we do have another game for you coming up. Right after this, we do have hosts Waterhouse here at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium, taking on Arnett Gardens. What promises to be an extremely intriguing clash. Clash between 5th and 9th place in the table. Both teams looking to secure that playoff spot.
Yeah, Dunbeholden also in that playoff race. A win would do them the world of good in that effort. They do have a deficit to overcome against Spanish Town Police.
With a burn, assessing his options and decides to go for goal. Much to the dismay of his teammate Beckford there, but perhaps thought he had no other alternative at the moment. Decided to go for goal. This time didn't pay off, however.
Yeah, much to the frustration of the Dunbeholden fans as well. Blackwood does well. Now here's McGregor. Substitute Watkin operating at left back.
Tajay Harris does well there to break up that attack. It'll be a throw in to Dunbeholden. Watkins looking for options to throw the ball to. No shorter options available, but does eventually get it to Pennycook, who almost lost it there. The touch was a bit heavy. Watkins finds Pennycook again. Opts for the cross. Finds Merrick. Gets it out wide to Allen. And tried to get a cross in, but that's blocked by Ricketts, and he will earn himself a corner kick. Dunbeholden still piling on the pressure here. The first 11 minutes or so, or 12 minutes of this second half has really been all Dunbeholden at the moment, I have to say, Leger.
Yeah, they're trying to force the issue to get back into this game. What can this provide from this corner? Foul actually going the way of Spanish Town Police. Marlon Allen made some contact in the box.
Samuels will clear this downfield. Binns, or Cummins rather, heads away on as far as Merrick gets it to Binns. Out wide now with Winter. Merrick, who's really settled into the game well, despite a shaky initial 20 minutes or so. Dunbeholden lose the ball there rather cheaply, and Spanish Town Police FC at the moment have a throw in here. And they'll be hoping that the substitutions, of course, Chavoy, Watkins and Allen, can provide some spark off the bench As mentioned before, still in that playoff race in 8th place. They'll be wanting to kick on here. And a race here for the ball out wide on that left-hand side, but a race which neither will win. So throw into Dunbeholden, and Beckford lost sight of the ball there, and that's kicked away. Looking for Tajay Cummins perhaps there, and he climbs on top of him on that occasion. And that will go out for a throw-in once more, this time to Spanish Town Police FC. To Dunbeholden, actually. Bit of confusion over whose ball it was, but does eventually go to Dunbeholden. Christopher Matthews on it now. Ooh, poor touch there by Allen. That will be a throw into Spanish Town Police FC with Taja Brown going over to take.
Spanish Town Police, I think, despite taking the lead towards the end of that first half, haven't really had a significant foothold in this game and shown the level of composure in possession that we would have seen for most of that first half, as that's a tough collision coming in from Walters and Allen. Will result in a throw-in heading the way of Spanish Town Police, however. But I'm sure the fluidity and composure certainly will be sacrificed if they feel that this is the best way they can forge out a victory in this game. Points, of course, the most important thing to the Spanish Town Police team as they look to stave off relegation in the Jamaica Premier League.
And of course, the win will go a long way towards that. This win would move them within a point of Malines. That is, if Malines are unable to get a point in their game. And that will go all the way through to for a goal kick. Once more for Spanish Town Police FC. And at the moment, as it stands, as per the halftime report, they are 2 points behind Malines United, who are currently drawing with Cavalier. And that's cleared downfield. Now is Wedderburn trying to find Bygrave. He does, but I was about to say he lost the ball, but he won it back. Ball played out wide to Allen, trying to take on Taja Brown. And the cross will be quite comfortable for Glenroy Samuel to deal with. Trying to find Carlton Blackwood, and he does find him. Good distribution there by the skipper. Trying to play it out wide for Tajay Cummins, but yet again, great defensive work. Ooh, and a poor clearance by the goalkeeper. Almost got himself in trouble there, and Ricketts decided to go for it there. Perhaps an ill-advised shot.
Yeah, but still saw the goalkeeper off his line, and his eyes certainly lit up in that instance. Dunbeholden almost playing themselves into trouble once more. Long pass coming over the top, not dealt with well by Alonzo Peart. And Dunbeholden looking to create a chance here. Spanish Town Police eventually clear.
Gale White to Ricketts, finds Cummings, and he's brought down but no foul. Dunbeholden still on the attack here. Merrick passes for Bygrave, retains possession, brought down, no foul. Both teams disappointed with the decisions of the referee. And on the counter are Spanish Town Police FC. McGregor with a lovely pass for Carrington Blackwood, chased down by Watkins, and he does win his team a foul. Ryan Miguel still down. We'll get back up now, but as you can see there, great pass by McGregor once more, the creative force in this team.
Yeah, and it was a good run by Blackwood as well, off the blind side of Watkins. And as I always say, if you get yourself in between ball and man, you practically make the decision for the referee as soon as you hit the turf. And this free kick, not only a good opportunity on in an attacking sense for Spanish Town Police, but also a chance for them to get some reprieve because they have been under the cosh a bit against Dunbeholden. What can they create from this set piece opportunity?
Seems it will be Ricketts to take. Just awaiting the referees go ahead before taking this set piece is Ricketts. Whistle finally blown. We'll see what he decides to do. Perhaps go for goal from here. He does decide to, but I was about to say comfortably claimed. No, it's not. And he's allowed it to be spilled into the path of Ryan Miguel, who for the second week running has scored for Spanish Town Police FC.
And has scored a massive goal as well. Malik Williams in net for Dunbeholden. He'll certainly want that one back. It looked as if he was going to be comfortable for the custodian. He spilled it. And the anticipation of Ryan Miguel has done it once more. The finish against Mount Pleasant was spectacular. That one just efficient. But efficiency is all you need, especially in the situation that Spanish Town Police find themselves in. And at least for today, the situation is extremely promising. They're 3-1 up, 65 minutes in. And Dunbeholden, on 2 occasions now, have shot themselves in the foot.
And in a response, as quickly as that goal has been scored, they're making 2 more substitutions. And perhaps wisely so, Wedderburn is coming off. So too is Christopher Matthews, who's had a torrid time at the back today.
And number 25.
I have to say, they need goals, and Wedderburn's been one of their biggest goal threats this season. So to see him go off is a bit of a surprise, but nonetheless, something has to change. 3-1 down and game slipping away. They're going to have to shake something up, and they decided to make 4 substitutions already in this game. Carlton Blackwood now gets it out wide to Ricketts. Looking over the top, trying to find Cummins, but good defensive work there coming in from Pennycook, who's individually, I have to say, at times been really good in the duels, but nevertheless, football is a team sport, and it's been on show here today as we've seen some pretty poor mistakes cost the team, not least Malik Williams on that occasion from that set piece. Ryan Miguel getting his second goal in 2 weeks running to put Spanish Town Police FC in front, and should the result remain the same, that would be 2 wins in a row for new coach Wilbury Wolf. Do him a world of good.
And based on results elsewhere, or at least the results that we're seeing, Harbourview have drawn with Chapelton Maroons. So only 1 point from that game. So now Spanish Town Police would actually only be 3 points away from safety if they are to hold on to this win. Cavalier leading Molynes United by a 1-0, and O'Dane Wilberforce 0-0. Treasure Beach still leading against Tivoli, and Portmore United have overcome a 2-goal deficit to currently be drawing, 10-man Portmore United, I should say, to be currently drawing against Montego Bay United. It's a good ball over the top, looking for McGregor, but Watkin does well despite using his hands a bit to get out of that situation. And here now Beckford for Dunbeholden.
Watkins. Ooh, poor first touch there. Just let him down on that occasion. Williams, and it will be a throw in to Spanish Town Police FC. And that's put out of play there by Peart. And I mentioned that Wedderburn's been one of their premier goal threats. He has 4, but they have another man in Barnett who's also had a couple of goals himself so far this season that came onto the pitch just a short while ago, and they'll be hoping that he can provide some sort of threat in front of goal. Lovely turn there by Watkins, who's another substitute. And he's dribbled himself into, I was about to say into trouble, but he's won a free kick here. Here's still a bit of a bold decision, have to say, but nevertheless, Dunbeholden have possession of the ball. Pennycook gets it out wide. Winter plays it to Williams, who wins a throw-in, leaves it for Winter. Allen trying to flick it on, but now Tasha Brown wins the ball back, opts for a back heel, and will be a corner kick, I believe, for Dunbeholden. Winter will go across the take. It seems Latson Reed is over there warming up for Spanish Town Police FC. We could see him coming in shortly to help Spanish Town Police FC preserve this lead. Corner taken by Winter, headed away by Blackwood. Merrick plays it back to Winter, can get a cross in here. It's low, but cleared by Alvinus Myers. Blackwood, oh, lovely combination play by Blackwood, and Cummins, he's thrown goal, gets past the keeper, and he's denied once more by Pennycook. I have to say, it looked for all the world that was going to be a goal.
Excellent defending by Pennycook once more. I said that he's so hard to beat in a duel, and there he is once more popping up, doing so much for this Dunbeholden team. And that's going to be a foul. Somehow, it's not 4-1 for Spanish Town Police. It was excellent work by Blackwood. Did everything right, evading Malik Williams, but he just gave a sniff of a chance to Pennycook, and that's all he needed to snuff out that danger. Excellent challenge, goal-saving challenge, and possibly a match-saving challenge as well. Really good work from Pennycook. And now it will be a free kick heading the way of Dunbeholden following that passage of play.
And a couple of players down here. Glenroy Samuels is down in goal for Spanish Town Police FC, but so too is Carlington Blackwood, who looked for all the world, was about to tap it home into the net after you said, as you said, he did all the hard parts. He evaded the goalkeeper, got past the defender after some lovely combination play with Tajay Cummings, but unable to put the finishing touches. And I don't think they'll be too concerned. They are 3-1 up, but nevertheless, 4 could have put them out of sight. And some more good news coming in for Spanish Town Police FC, as not only are they leading here, but their rivals in this relegation scrap, Mullins United, are currently losing to Cavalier. And that will be music to their ears. As we await this free kick to be taken by skipper Binns. Free kick comes in, headed away by Myers. Only as far as Binns, who takes on Tasha Brown. One more cross comes in and it's blocked yet again by Myers. Williams finds Merrick. Beckford, back to Williams. Pennycook to Merrick. Out wide for Bygrave, slips in. Merrick saved, and Allen with the follow-up His shot too is saved once more by Samuels.
Excellent work. Excellent work by Glenroy Samuel. He had to make a big save in the first half. This time he's doubled it. It was Bygrave with the pass through to Merrick. Good save on the first attempt, but it was his reaction time to get up once more to deny Dunbeholden again that makes that save worth so much. It's almost as big as a goal, John.
And they've depended quite heavily on him at times this season, and he's come up trumps here. Spanish Town Police FC almost winning the ball back high up the pitch yet again. Tajay Cummins, since coming on, hasn't been as flashy in terms of doing the work that you'd expect of forwards, but his pressing, his industry has been valuable for this team at times. And I have to say, should the result remain like this for Spanish Town Police FC, they'll be proud of themselves. They've suffered at times throughout the course of this game, but defended really well at times, and they've capitalized whenever they've got their chances. Watkins takes us through. Williams back to Watkins, and he's fouled there. But it seems that the foul will go the other way to Spanish Town Police FC, following Watkins getting a hand to the face of, I believe that to be not Tasha Brown, Jaime McGregor.
Yeah, 15 minutes to go in this game. I think it's all about game management now for Spanish Town Police. Glenroy Samuel, I'm sure, will take as much time as possible over these free kicks in deep areas.
Headed on for Beckford, who's surrounded by three shirts, eventually loses the ball, but a foul there for Dunbeholden. Referee just going across to Alonzo Peart just to ensure him that, hey, you're gonna have to be a bit calmer in these challenges or you're going into the book. Binns steadies himself before he's going to take this throw in. This free kick, I should say, coming in, and Samuels, quite the imposing figure in goal for Spanish Town Police FC, makes the comfortable catch there. Clears downfield, looking for Jaime McGregor, who is unable to keep that in play, and that will be a throw-in for Dunbeholden. Williams trying to get past Gale, unable to, and Gale wisely wins a free kick here for Spanish Town Police FC.
Yeah, he's had a very solid game in the middle of the park, sometimes wanting to do a little bit too much, but has produced a goal, has been very effective in the middle of the park in terms of both progressing his team up the park and shielding his back line. Ryan Miguel, and now Dunbeholden with still so much time to go, almost looking bereft of ideas.
Samuels clears downfield, looking for Corrington Blackwood. And Binns, I have to say, a bit of an unorthodox decision there. And that will be a corner kick to Spanish Town Police FC. He was really under not much pressure there and opted to boot it towards his own goal. But nevertheless, Spanish Town Police FC won't mind. They have a chance to add on to their lead here. Ricketts over this corner kick. Comes in here, and Malik Williams once more unable to get to it. But that will go through, actually, for a corner kick.
Yeah, hasn't been sure in commanding his penalty area so far in this game. Malik Williams. Another example of that there. Came and swiped at nothing at all. The custodian. Another corner kick coming up.
And Ricketts goes across once more to take the corner kick. Out swinging this time. Corner taken towards Walters, heads it on for Blackwood, leaves it for Cummings. Blazed it over the bar, unfortunately.
Yeah, really good chance that was for Spanish Town Police. Didn't approach that one well enough, did Cummings. Leaning back as he struck it, didn't get his knee over the ball. Controlled that one well, however.
McGregor thrown goal, and he scored. It's 4. Spanish Town Police FC running riot here at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium.
Top tier goal, that one. Just said that Cummings didn't control his previous shot well. He certainly plucked that ball out of the sky with expert efficiency. And speaking of expert efficiency, McGregor proving his worth once more. Racing through on goal, showed expert composure. First touch great to get it out of his feet. And then the second, so cool, so calm. It's 4-1 to Spanish Town Police. And based on what we've seen over 80 minutes plus, you can't say they haven't deserved it, John.
Most definitely deserved. And a well-deserved goal as well for Jai McGregor. His second of the game. I believe either his fourth of the season, actually. And I have to say, earlier in the game, as we see a shot from distance here from Dunbeholden, I did say that McGregor has been, for me, one of my personal favorites to watch throughout the course of this season. And I'd just like to see him get more end product. I think would benefit not just himself individually, but the team as well. Of course, they need it in a relegation scrap. And boy, oh boy, has he proved his worth today. 2 goals and a beautiful overall performance. He's had the beating of his man. Whether it be his left back or his right back, whichever one he's come up against, because he's switched wings a couple of times today. He's had the beating of both, and they'll be wanting to see the back of him today. Brilliant performance from Jair McGregor. And seems there will be a change, or perhaps 2. I believe Sion Cato is about to come on, as well as Latson Reed for Spanish Town. Blackwood plays it into the path of Ricketts. Good pass, and he gets the return. Lays it off for Ricketts, but ball won by Dunbeholden. And I have to say, for a team that prides themselves on their robustness at the back, they've been shell-shocked here by the attacking prowess of Spanish Town Police FC, who for much of this season have really underperformed their expected goals. For those of you who watch the top 5 European leagues, they've created a number of chances this season. They've been really good in terms of their overall game, just haven't necessarily been the most clinical team, and that's been one of the primary reasons for why they are in the position that they find themselves in. But if they can maintain this clinical nature in front of goal that they've shown here today, they're certain to stay up with performances like these. And that's punched clear by Samuels. Beckford, who delivered an outstanding performance in the first half, not so much in the second, but that's out wide now for Williams. To Merrick. Cross coming in now, headed on, and Barnett. Clash there with Peart. He's looking for a decision, but he won't get it. Instead, it will be a throw in for Dunbeholden. And just confirmation of the changes now for Spanish Town Police FC. Alonso Peart will finally make way. He's being substituted, I suppose, for Latson Reed. And Sion Cato is also going to come on. And he'll be coming on, I believe, for Devontae Ricketts. Bygrave. Watkins with the cross. Goes all the way through. Now as McGregor has a chance to mount it. Another counter attack for Spanish Town Police FC. Does have Cato and Cummins with him. Decides to take on Winter on his own. Lost the ball. Latson Reed wins it back for Spanish Town Police FC.
Yeah, looking to shore up that central area for Spanish Town Police. They've made a couple of changes in those areas now. Good pace shown by Marlon Allen, but intercepted well and cleared away by Tajay Harris.
Williams composes himself and gets a cross in, and no teammate there was able to get on the end of that, and Glenroy Samuels will safely get to it and clear downfield. And now here's Dunbeholden once more, coming back for more. 5 minutes remaining in terms of normal time. Not much left in it to get a result out of it, but they'll keep hope alive. But that's not the way to do it. Loose ball to Taja Brown, and his attempted pass, trying to get it to Blackwood, it will go astray. It seems Atafray Bygrave will be going off. And he'll be replaced by Tyrese Go. He's been, as you mentioned before, at times sensational, especially in that first stint with the club, but since returning, he has a couple of goals, but unfortunately unable to get one here for his team today. Not much support for him, I have to say. Binns looking for Watkins, and Beckford visibly livid, frustrated with that decision from Binns, as he had him available in acres of space, and it's passed out wide from Go to Beckford. Sends a cross into the danger zone. Not a bad idea, but Samuels was put under no pressure there by the attackers, and go all the way through.
That one will actually be a corner kick for Dunbeholden. Glenroy Samuel taking too long, longer than 8 seconds to release the ball there. Rule introduced into global football at the start of this season. It's a good job by the referee to pay attention to that fact. It's used to try and discourage time wasting. And here comes a corner kick, but it's a poor one coming in.
Merrick gets the ball out wide to go. Binns trying to get that out wide to Williams, but now it's Barnett. Watkins still has possession somehow. No foul, says the referee. Clears it downfield. Dunbeholden get the ball back with Malik Williams. Still have the ball, Dunbeholden. Eventually lose it. Taja Brown puts it out of, well, I was going to say out of play, but it's a free kick to Dunbeholden. Binns to Beckford. And not sure if you can see, but Waterhouse there on the sidelines warming up. It's just a gentle reminder that they do have a game coming up against Arnett Gardens right after this. And Samuels sends that downfield looking for Cato. Heads it on, looking for Blackwood, unable to find him. Go. Merrick, Beckford. On the swivel, now looking to get past Myers. He does, and he's brought down, I believe, by Cato. Bit of afters there, but referee thought nothing of it. Go to Beckford, who is brought down by Cato, who's disappointed with the decision, but Beckford did well there to, I guess, earn that free kick.
He certainly has put out a lot of effort into his performance. Beckford has an assist for his troubles, but clearly not enough for him as he tries to provide another there. Blackwood still applying pressure and actually does well to win the ball.
And Turner's lost it in a really bad position, but Spanish Town Police FC unable to make anything of it. Throw-in to be taken now by Taja Brown. Awaiting a change, however, to be made. And it seems the star man of the game today, Jay McGregor, will be making way. He's going to be substituted for Pusey. Will be making his entrance onto the pitch. Williams, pass for Barnett. And he tried to put that into the path of Gow, but loses position. Pusey with his first real meaningful touch of the ball since coming on. It was a pass that goes astray, trying to find Cato, but now his Beckford, who not the greatest first touch in the world there. His frustration there was palpable. Through. Taking Blackwood, still trying to hold off Binns there.
Has worked tirelessly up front in Blackwood. Didn't get a goal today, but has certainly done a really good job of bringing Spanish Town Police up the pitch, as Pusey is trying to do here, but unable to do so. Winter does well to escape, and now here's Marlon Allen. Foul eventually going the way of Dunbeholden.
Before Pennycook can take this free kick, it seems the referee's just going across to give a yellow card, I believe, to Navon Turner. Tyrese Winter, I should say. My apologies. He's perhaps saying to the referee that he thought he was fouled, but nevertheless, despite him making his case, pleading his case, changed nothing, and he goes into the book for his troubles. Gow almost lost the ball on that occasion to Cato. Where's Beckford? Bit of interplay here before making the pass, trying to get into the box to Barnett. Unable to. Allen gets it out wide now to Winter. Cross coming in, but intercepted by Latson Reed. Just under 2 minutes to go left in this game. 4 additional minutes, as you can see, have been added on. 3 have been already played thus far, and with just a minute to go in this game, Dunbeholden win a free kick, perhaps a chance at a goal here, which really would just be a consolation at this point. 3 goals down, but nevertheless, I have to say, in spurts, they've given a really good account of themselves, but the second half performance has really let them down.
Yeah, coming into this game, they were the only team with a multiple game winning streak, winning 3 on the trot. When it comes down to form in the Jamaica Premier League. But it seems as if that's going to end. The Spanish Town Police will go on now to win 2 on the bounce. 2 massive results for them. First beating Mount Pleasant on Thursday, this past Thursday. And then once more coming to the Jerusalem Mini Stadium and performing very well and looking like they're going to beat Dunbeholden.
Delivery by Binns, but went for goal there. I suppose you have to go for it at this point. Tried to get something going, but effort wayward.
Yeah, I'm sure that was their last go of things. And it was their last go of things as this game brought to a close. Referee Headley bringing in a very entertaining one to an end. Spanish Town Police came into the game. They still are, as a matter of fact, at the bottom of the table. But with performances like these, results like these, they certainly won't be bottom for long. A statement victory by Spanish Town Police, defeating Dunbeholden by 4 goals to 1 at the Waterhouse Mini Stadium. Absolutely fantastic performance. Jaheem McGregor with a brace, Raimi Gale with a goal. Absolutely fantastic performance. And at the end, it's Spanish Town Police 4, Dunbeholden 1.
A CB chicken, a better way. Introducing air chill chicken. It have more flavor, you don't know what you're missing. It tastes better, full of flavor in the kitchen. Better value, better taste, better chicken. CB chicken, tastes way better. Air chilled chicken, taste way better. Better value, better taste, better chicken. No antibiotic and hormone free. Have you tasted the new air chilled chicken? Or my chicken nut? CB chicken, it tastes way better.
I save from VM Building Society. Every deposit got me here. Every step forward put me in the driver's seat.
For everything you're looking forward to, open an iSave account today. Visit gotomyvm.com to get started.
Every $25,000 you save with iSave earns an entry to win cash or a new home of your own. The more you save, the more entries you get, and every entry has a chance to win a brand new home of your own. VM iSave is the key to winning.
Here's to the early risers, and we are here all-nighters, the go the extra milers, and let's do it until it works, workers. People who are powerful, because they powered through.
Good afternoon, Jaim. Good result for you. Good result for you again today. A win, and of course 2 goals for you. What were your thoughts on the performance?
Everything starts from the training ground. From in the training ground, the coach and the impression is shoot and kick the ball out on both foot. So it just all starts from the training ground.
And you mentioned training ground. I'd like for you to just, I guess, say what has changed, because you guys went on a bit of a slump in March, but you guys have rebounded in the last 2 games, a win against Mount Pleasant and a win now. What do you think has changed?
Just some more fight, just some look a bit we just fight till the very last year.
As you mentioned, league season's not done. All the best to you guys for the rest of the season, bro. Good afternoon, coach. Great result today. 2 wins on the bounce, but a 4-1 thumping win today. What are your thoughts on today's performance?
Yeah, part of the boys that really showed up today. We knew that the task at hand. It was a game where Dunbeholden wanted the 3 points to go to the top, to reach the top 6, and we wanted the 3 points to advance a little bit from the bottom of the table. So we know what we had to do, and as a result, the boys really showed up today. I'm proud of them.
Of course, coming into the game, Dunbeholden were on some really good form, but you guys really put that to bed in terms of the confidence that they've had coming into it. Goal from Andrew Vanzi coming in early, and then you guys really put your class on the game in terms of making sure they could get back into it. How did you guys manage to really just kill their confidence?
I guess it all started from the Mount Pleasant victory. The boys was in a high spirit. The team is in a high spirit since the victory. We wanted to high press them today and get some early goals, which I think it paid off today.
And of course, just lastly, before you go, you guys now are really making it a challenge in terms of the relegation fight. You guys are playing well and really are in contention to stay up. Any words of encouragement for the fans and the team itself?
Yeah, it's always just want to tell the fans that just believe in us, don't give up on us. It's a dog fight to the end. It's going to get tougher and tougher. We're sticking to the task and we want to do it. We still believe we can do it. And we're getting results, which is good. We just need to work a little bit harder.
All right, all the best.
All right, thanks a lot.
Him? Yeah?
Good afternoon, coach.
Afternoon.
Disappointing result today, but what were your thoughts on the performance of your boys today?
I think we started off extremely slow, and I think especially in our defensive territory, a lot better. On this level, certain mistakes we definitely aren't.
I thought before the first goal from Jaim towards the end of the half, you guys were really playing well towards the back end of the first half, but after the break seemed to be a bit of lethargy. Not really the same press. What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and again, we started off slow as the game began, and same thing to the second half. We spoke about it. The guys came out and same thing. But it's a part of the game. Just how we handle it and how we do it. But that's not the start we really wanted to do in the second half because I want to maintain the press. But police were really hungry today.
And I also saw a number of changes coming on for Spanish Town Police FC that really made a difference in terms of winning the ball high up the park, really causing some problems in your back line with players like Tajay Cummins and Jay McGregor. You think there's anything you could have done tactically to perhaps adjust to what you were seeing out there?
Yeah, I think we were following the runner well at times during the game. I think we weren't counter-pressing as well. So we tried to reach the ball early before them. It was working in some parts, but we weren't consistent again.
And lastly, before you go, you had 3 wins in a row before coming into this. Obviously, put a dent in perhaps the confidence of the boys, but you guys are still within, a chance of making it to the playoffs. Talk to me about how great of a season this has been for you guys.
I think we have 3 from 3, and it was all. I would say it's a success for us. 3 games in a row, but playing against a team that is at the bottom of the table is always a struggle because they're always fighting, And I think Police show that they want it more than us today.
All right. All the best for the rest of the season, coach.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Day after day, challenge after challenge. You see, true power is not something you can buy or collect. It's something that starts on the inside, and you always know it when you see it. Sunshine Snacks Peanuts, proud supporters of the powerful.